Thoughts are always swirling around in my head. I am always curious and have a constant desire to further ideas and theories that are just waiting to be uncovered. Come with me! Let's unveil the mind and open up our thoughts to some creative concepts. Hello, my fellow movie geeks. Carey Craves Cinema here, intrigued by a thought. A Friday the 13th inquiry. So we are getting a Friday the 13th inspired TV series on Peacock very soon, and I saw a picture for it. It gave me thoughts and ideas of what it could be about. Now it shows Jason as a reflection in the water, and above as a camper. What could this mean? Well, my thoughts are churning, and it tells me that perhaps it will be showing Jason as a kid and how he went out swimming. Perhaps not a very good swimmer. The counselors didn't care and didn't want to take extra time to handle a kid that may have needed extra supervision than the other campers. So I'm thinking maybe, even as a kid, Jason was evil and did things that caused the counselors to not care about Jason's well-being. Maybe even one of the counselors drowned Jason? That would actually make more sense to me because when Pam tells a story about the neglectful, frisky counselors, she seems to leave a lot out that would fill some holes in the story. Maybe Jason was bullied heavily, and one night he decided to exact revenge on one of the counselors or even one of the other campers. They could show this in the series. And to get back at Jason, they throw him into the water because they know he can't swim, so they believe he's dead. Pam shows up because she demands answers, and no one will give her the full story. They just say it was an accident, that he drowned, so Pam assumes that because they're teenagers, they must have been fooling around instead of watching him. So of course Pamela snaps when the investigation is open and closed. No justice or anything for Jason when they also find out what he did to one of the other campers. So of course when they find out what he did, pretty much to them canceled out even really trying to find out what really happened to him. They probably thought, oh, he's dead, so he's not going to be a menace to society any longer. So, Pamela takes justice into her own hands, exacting revenge on the counselors, picking them off one by one. I would love to see that kind of backstory, in my opinion, because I feel like knowing that he always went after counselors. He always went after counselors, and with Pamela's voice being in his head constantly, it manipulated Jason into pretty much making him do whatever she wanted. But she tries to fight for him. She wants answers, but no one wants to step forward. Pamela seeks out ways to bring back her son Jason. So she undergoes perhaps a ritual which needs the blood of the guilty. Now I know this sounds far-fetched, I know it sounds crazy, but knowing how supernatural Jason already is in the majority of the franchise, I feel like this could work and this would kind of tie in some of the story and still make it a mystery, even though it's going to answer some of the questions, but not all of the questions. I mean, for Jason, you kinda need it and you kinda don't. But anyway, so Pamela spills the blood of the guilty, and when her task is finished, it brings back Jason. Pamela is killed in the first Friday the 13th, as we know, but the deed was already done, therefore bringing back Jason Voorhees. Ooh, what a lore. Jason comes back to the sound of his mother's voice, who urges him to kill and to keep killing. It explains enough, and yet still keeps Jason's story consistent to the franchise. Although we all know that this franchise, it's been a little bit all over the place, but man, is it it's a fun franchise, in my opinion. I enjoy it dearly. I hope the series goes that route, but you never know what we're going to get. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you all think. Are you intrigued by my idea of how I think this series should unravel? Or do you want something different? Let me know in the comments down below. This is Carey Craves Cinema. Stay geeky for movies, my friends. And also, stay away from Crystal Lake, for you will get hunted down by a demented, distorted, crazy, hockey mask wielding maniac named Jason Voorhees. Sleep tight.